today with one of our judges, Andrea Mellon, the Soul Strategist. Um, Andrea, you have decided to join us this year for the Symposium Awards, but before we go into that, I'd love to hear a little bit more about what's brought you to this point and what's brought you into the judging space.
Okay, well, I've seen what you've done. I saw what you did last year, and I absolutely love the fact that we can bring spirit authentically into our businesses. So that for me was the main attractor because I work with spirit on a daily basis, and realizing that I was also doing that in my bricks and mortar business years ago without realizing it. And then all of a sudden you step into this world fully and you think, do you know what? There's so many entrepreneurs, founders and business owners out there that need this compassion, that need this support. And I just thought it was so important to get involved.
Thank you. And we're really
You're
grateful
welcome.
to have because, well, it was part of my mission really is that too often people are separating spirituality and business, and actually when they're combined and you listen and you trust and you go within and you get those answers, it takes you on a different pathway than traditional methods, and normally you end up more successful following that route, going against the grain a little bit, and aligning in a way that's more supportive. So being able to bring that together is just unbelievably wonderful. And that was shown at last year's awards with the amount of emotion that we unleashed from
Yeah.
people finally being recognized. I mean, the emails and things that I got last year were quite significant. You know, one lady reached out to me and she said, Vicky, in 30 years of doing what I do, changing lives, helping people reclaim their power, reclaim who they are as individuals, going through transitions,
Mm,
she said, I've never ever received recognition. She said, I'm so blown away to have received
mm.
this. And that to me is worth a million
Yeah,
moments of,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think as spiritual people, we tend to put a mask on, we guard up, when really what we should do is allow everything to just flow and everything just feels wonderful. And it helps so many people along the way.
it does. It really does. So as one of the judges for this year, you're
Mhm.
not you're not someone who just goes in and does judging. I mean, you've got quite an extensive background with judging, haven't you?
I have indeed, yes. I judged for the Biebers a few years ago and various other ones as well. And it's very important that, you look at the processes behind what the event is, the people that are involved, and they have to align with your, integrity and honesty as well. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to be a judge for you.
Thank you. And it's really quite important for me to have brought in an independent panel because
Mm,
I do want to run these awards in an ethical way.
yeah.
And it wasn't an option for me to not have an independent panel. So I'm just wanting to take this moment to say thank you for joining us for our second year and helping us to celebrate some really magical souls. But outside of the judging process, Andrea, you do something quite phenomenal. And over the last
Thank you.
I've watched you transition your own business, your own world, and you've created something that's really quite wonderful. Would you like to share a little bit more about that?
Yes, well, it's a story and a half, to be fair. Like I said, I've worked with spirit for a long time and brought those things into business. But about 18 months ago, I had, I think, what could only be classed as a major spiritual download. And it was literally over the space of 8 hours, I wrote a whole modality from start to finish. And I wouldn't say I was in a trance, but I was definitely being guided. Let's put it that way. And the modality has taken shape as being soul color theory, which works with connecting us, the conscious person, to our subconscious soul using positional a positional matrix of numbers and color. And it really helps people tap into their true purpose, but it also works with clear direction and clarity. So it doesn't just give you the fluff, it gives you your internal voice and helps you express that externally. And it's just been a wonderful journey. So what I've done with it since then is it's evolved a couple of times, to be honest, into what I now call soul coding, which is a system where you can literally guide yourself from within with 100% clarity and 100% accuracy. And it's just a phenomenal, phenomenal piece of work that I'm extremely proud of.
And so you should be. It's absolutely remarkable. I mean, I've always loved color psychology anyway, just for the sheer
Mm.
fact that just by choosing a color or connecting with a color, you can understand what you're processing in that moment or what you're experiencing. And it's just absolutely amazing. So the fact that you've gone through the soul, you've gone with color and then you went into coding and now you've gone into actually utilizing this and upgrading it and
Yeah,
bringing more, it's
yeah,
just
it works with chakra positions as well. So you literally just bring a color forward. You don't whatever color pops into your head. You then ask where that sits in the chakra system, and each chakra system has its own unique core value. The core value is then given a number and a position, and the positional number gives you the direction and the answer that you're looking for. And so it's yeah, I'm so proud, but it's also mind blowing at the same time because it just works and it gives so much clarity and it brings that sort of sense of balance and harmony that people don't expect when they first start using the process. But it's phenomenal in its own right. I'm very proud of it.
and so you absolutely should be proud of it because it's absolutely amazing. And I've been watching that you've been onboarding people and bringing them into this space as well, and they're having
Yeah.
an amazing time with you.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's
we have some fun with it as well.
yeah. Well, I made a decision last year that if business isn't fun, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was a decision
Absolutely.
I made last year. I'm not here for stress and bullshit. I'm here for
Mm.
celebration, joy, recalibration where needed. But if it's not fun, I don't want to play.
No, and I think all too often, and I not totally agree with you, but I think all too often as business owners, particularly if we've come out of corporate or we've had bricks and mortar businesses, we've followed these rules and regulations for so long that we don't actually know what we really want inside. And when we put all that away and actually go, do you know what? This is my core, this is what I love to do, then it just flows and it's wonderful.
It is wonderful when it flows and it all comes together and being able to
Mm.
put more fun into it because I know a lot of there's business gets so serious, doesn't it? Like so serious all the time. And then there's all these noises just coming at you. You should this, you should that, you should the other, you should. And it's like, or you need is the crazy one at the moment. You need
Yeah,
this. Do I? Are you sure about that? Because my intuition says I don't actually. You
exactly.
know, I had someone.
And that's where soul coding actually steps in because you can give yourself an issue and go, okay, do I need this? You know, what's it saying to me? And you just follow the pattern and you go, actually, no, I don't. I just need to do my way. I want to do this instead. And it, there's so much noise out there. And I'm not by any means saying that things don't work because they do, but they only work when it's aligned for that person. So when you're struggling to find that alignment, go in. Don't go out, go in. That's the
Always
best
going.
advice I can give.
It's always an inside job, always.
Always.
And every
It
time we
might
give
be
up,
painful sometimes, but it's an inside job.
well, it is
Absolutely.
painful because you've got to suddenly look at your own patterns, your own behaviors, your own self-sabotaging moments, your own
Yeah, I know.
discomfort. And then, but the breakthrough's always worth it, I think.
But
Always.
holding up that mirror sometimes isn't pleasant, is it? But if we do it, you know, we can help other people do the same with a lot less pain.
Absolutely. So, Andrea, we are going to be joining forces with you and we're going to be meeting you in person on the 9th of July at this year's Symposium and Awards. So, you've shared a little bit about what you do. You shared a little bit about your background. You shared a little bit about why you wanted to come in and be one of the judges for this year. So, what would you say to someone who is hesitant about getting in the room this year or feeling like they still kind of maybe hiding their spiritual side to some degree?
I'll give it from my perspective wholly is that when I was trying to be, I don't know what to say this really. It's like when you're trying to be too much at what somebody else wants you to be, you are permanently masking yourself. When you step out of that framework and own it, you would be very surprised how much support there is for you out there. And stepping into a room like this gives you that extra boost and makes you realize, one, that you're not on your own, two, that you can do this, and three, that you are enough.
Absolutely.
You
I
don't
love
need
that.
the external noise, and it's important that, as women and as business owners and as spiritual light workers, that we own our own space and we step into these spaces to get the support that we need. And there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
No, there isn't. And if more people could, I see one of the things that I've learned is actually self-trust is more powerful than anything else you'll ever be given in this lifetime, apart from time, obviously, because you can't get that back. But
No.
self-trust is a massive one. And when you're in spaces where that self-trust is activated, I think that's an
Mm.
amazing gift. And I'm honored that we get to do that. We get to do that
Yeah.
together and we get to share that
It's
together.
so powerful, so powerful. And one of the programs that I run is a 3-day immersive. And the word that comes up time and time again is trust.
Yeah.
Trust in yourself, trust in spirit, trust in just you, just trust. And it's the B word for everything that we do, and once you can trust that, once you trust, well, say it again, Anna, once you trust yourself, you're running, you're fine.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
it. And what I love about that is when you're in that space of self-trust, there is nothing and nobody that can bulldoze you. And that
Exactly.
is, there are times when you do like kind of waver a little bit, but those are the breakthrough moments, I think. But I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent now. Um, Andrea, thank you so much for joining us
Welcome.
this year's event. Thank you for joining me for this live today. I'm really excited because you are the first of many lives about to kick off in preparation for the event in the next 10 weeks. I can't believe it's 10 weeks. Um, so yeah, just wanted to say a massive thank you. Now, where can people come and find you, Andrea? Where's the best place for people to come and say hi
uh,
and what you're doing?
yeah, either on Facebook or LinkedIn, just under my name. On Facebook I'm Andrea Mellon. On LinkedIn I'm just Andrea Mellon, and you can't miss me, to be fair.
There we go. You can't miss her. Go find her, go connect, and go and see what she's up to next. And for those of you that have watched from wherever you are, thank you so much. And if you would like to find out more about this year's event, just comment below and we will get you in the right direction. Thank you
Thank
so
you.